Balance League. My name is Counterfeit, joined by Byron for our very tippy top level of play. We are in Group D as Phoenix Rising take on the terrifying Plague.
And they really are terrifying. You're looking at these teams' combined KDA of 6.75, and it is just disgusting as we see Echo and Elise as our first two bans here.
Yeah, Elise, definitely one of the top priority jungle picks at the moment. Absolutely beastly most recently. As the Echo, another pick that's been seen a lot on the side of Phoenix Rising. Not so successful last week, but still a big pick for them. Stripped away along with the Rumble, and the Caitlyn, newly buffed in the most latest patch, will also be off the field.
Yeah, Caitlyn being a target banner AD carry last, and a Rumble will be a ban straight at Rangandi in the mid lane. So both those big target bans getting rid of those key picks for those players as Leona is also took off the Rift.
One more ban to go. It's going to be the Xayah that didn't work out so well for Brand96 last week as well. The best support, or most popular support left up is going to be the Braum, but hey, what's that, Byron? Could it be the hottest thing in AD carries? It's Aphelios, and of course that Braum picked up in response.
And let me tell you, Aphelios has been eclipsing the competition in the AD carry role. In week 2, he had a 100% pick ban ratio, and whenever he was picked, he had a 100% win rate. He is dominant, insane, fantastic, disgusting, you name it, he is it. And on the other side, we also have Braum and Ornn, two big tanky boys who will be, especially Ornn, loving the changes to Sunfire's Cave. And Ornn himself can go anywhere. He can go top, he can go jungle, he can go mid, he can go, like I say, anywhere on this map.
Yeah, Lordio has brought out that Ornn jungle before, so it's anything but a done deal. It's headed up towards the top as Gragas and Yasuo, a powerful combination play from Phoenix Rising, already showing they're looking to make the big plays up against the extremely frightening Plague squad.
Yes, they really are frightening as the countdown gets to 0, and it's the Elise Sin for Lordio. One of his main picks besides Elise will be looking to see if he can take control of the jungle and the early game for Plague, which is where Phoenix Rising have been finding the most success, as every single one of their wins has involved them getting first blood, first tower, and first dragon.
We're definitely looking out for some AD carries to get banned out from Phoenix Rising right now, because last, the AD carry from Plague is ridiculous. He's nearly got a 10 KDA so far in the league, 9.7. It's hard maybe to appreciate how ludicrous that is, but you look at anyone's OP.GGs, they're rocking 4s if they're doing super well. 9.7 is ridiculous.
It is. It's absolutely silly, and it's what we expect now from players like Trelulu, like Last. These two players are so key for Plague. They are fantastic damage players in general, great carries, and we'll see what they bring out, as I believe they are the two people who are yet to pick for themselves.
Yeah, so that's 2 AD carries stripped away from last. Of course, Aphelios already picked up for Phoenix Rising here. They haven't got the support of their own. The Rakan has hit the bin. Would have been a nice combination with that Yasuo.
Really would have been minutes to Kai'Sa for last time. Doesn't really surprise me. Another hyper carry for the hyper carry in the bottom lane here. The question is where's Yasuo Gragas going? Because it can go jungle mid. It can also go bot lane. Aphelios is there. I'm interested to see what gets picked into this Kai'Sa, because she very much is a punishable champion in this early game, and that is what Phoenix Rising like to do, is win the early game.
Well, there's the set coming in for Deathlords. Byron, I've got some harsh words to say about the set pick, but we'll have to wait for that, as one more pick is coming in. Will it be another pick to enable the Yasuo? Certainly someone is bringing the trouble, bringing the bubbles. Bongo Ben down the bottom lane. That tidal wave can knock up a whole team at once.
Oh, I absolutely love the Sammy pick. I've been spamming it in solo queue, but I'm going to hold it right there, because that is a singe locked in this top lane. My goodness, that is toxic in more ways than one.
Oh boy, I mean, we were going to get to a chance to get to this later, but Last week, it was not a good week for Phoenix Rising as they went up against Centurion. Rengandi had a tough time. Brant had a tough time as well. There was a bright, shining light for the Phoenix Rising squad. Where, oh, where would a person look to find such a thing,
You
Byron?
would find it in the top lane. Deathlord037 did have a pretty damn good week too, despite the fact that his team lost both his games. He did that the highest damage participation of any top laner in this group, and also the highest CS per minute of any top laner in this group. So I am telling you, if Phoenix Rising need to rely on one person right now, Deathlord037, he's your man to look for. However, we discussed this before the game, and this set pick might be a little bit of a trap.
Yes, I mean, Set, it's made its way through the league recently, but honestly, I think Trapped is a pretty darn good word for it. It's been picked 6 times so far, and has only won twice. It didn't win at all last week. I mean, Deathlord is, I think, one of the bright spots for the Phoenix Rising comp right now, but I think this is very, very dangerous. And they're in this game, they're not only against an odd pick from the Singe, which is very hard to know how to play into, but also against Daddy J, the top player who refuses to die.
The man does not die. He is the unkillable demon king of top lane. He averages only 2 deaths per game and has a very varied pool of champions. I believe this is his 5th unique pick of the 5 games that they have played so far. So congratulations to him. And looking overall at the compositions and how these two teams like to play, I'm very excited because both teams have what they want. You have Plague, who have got Blast on a hyper carry, big beefy tanks all around the board, and then Lordio on a good early game jungler. However, on the other side, Phoenix Rising, they're a team who really need to succeed early, and they have the tools to do that. They have a Gragas Yasuo combo in the mid lane. They have a set in the top lane, and Aphelios Nami certainly have the tools to take down a Kaiser Braum in lane.
I mean, you've got some big numbers here for Phoenix Rising. Tell me, if Phoenix Rising are going to win here, what does the early game look like for them?
I mean, it has to be really that mid jungle duo. I want to see them snowball. Get Trululu a few deaths on there, get some nice one combos, and then once you have that 4-man unit, dive the bot lane, see what you can do down there. And after that, take control of the river, get your first blood, first tower, first dragon that we were on about at the start of the game, and hopefully that will be enough to lead into victory to create a massive snowball before Plague's composition come online. Because as soon as that Kaiser hits 2 free items and have all these beefy tanks around him, all of a sudden things look dire.
I mean, this is, I guess, a good chance to point out. I don't know if we actually mentioned the specific stat before, but am I right in thinking that every game that Phoenix Rising have won so far, they've gotten first blood, first dragon, and first tower?
That is 100% correct. Every game they've won, they've had to be able to secure all those objectives. When they don't, it looks like a disaster. So they have to make sure that they get these early game leads because otherwise their team play can crumble in the mid game.
So as we go back to the compositions overall, as we head into the first game of our best of 3 here, it's looking at this, it looks like there's so much on Last's shoulders here to perform. The amount of damage on the rest of the team doesn't seem like it would even compare.
I'm going to stop you there because that is true in the late game. In the late game, you're correct. But in the early game, there are 2 champions I want to point out for big damage. First of all, Lee Sin. We've seen Lee Sin's pop up in the early game before. That man has a lot of damage on his kit. And also, Ornn. Now, I don't know if you've seen a few clips around, but I have seen Ornn one-shot a few champions during his early levels, which is absolutely bonkers. It should never happen. But it does, and it's one of the reasons why you see Ornn picked so much is because not only is he really tanky, has great scaling, fantastic CC, but he can also one-shot people. This man has...
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Trululu manages to pull off here. Of course, Rengandi playing a melee mid laner, it feels like they're going to be much more vulnerable if they do get into one of those potential instant death situations that they won't be able to get back out again easily.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on because I think the 2v2 between the mid laners and junglers is going to be a very explosive one and will likely decide the game, really. Because if Gragas Yasuo can get snowballing, can get themselves rolling, they can move that pressure across the map and it can be huge for them. However, Lee Sin all in the same kind of vein. I mean, you get Lee Sin snowballing, get the Ornn really, really tanky already in a great spot, and then you just let the Kai'Sa scale up, all of a sudden it's great for Plague. So really, I mean, my eyes are definitely on Crazy Nidwina, Ren'Gandhi, on the Gragas and the Yasuo. What can they do on these two picks? Can they take over the game? I'm hoping for a yes, because it's always exciting to see them pop off, but we'll have to see as we head into game.
All right, guys, so Phoenix Rising looking for redemption after a disastrous game 2 from last week, where their mid and bottom laner fell completely by the wayside up against Plague, the only undefeated team in Group Number D. They are looking real nasty. They're looking up for a fight early on. They're stacked up in the brush, but are they going to make that first early move?
Well, it won't be. It'll be Phoenix Rising top side on the map, putting on a deep ward, and also, I believe, not being spotted there. It's a very good play from them. They get the free vision, and nothing has gotten back for Plague.
Well, that's a good call there, Byron. I checked the vision, and Plague, their ward did not spot the ward coming down from Phoenix Rising, so they do not know that Phoenix have been up towards their red buff. And despite that big 5-person stack, maybe that was a defensive stack then. They didn't go into Phoenix territory at all, but were maybe hoping someone would come to them.
Yeah, but unfortunately their prayers were not answered by Phoenix Rising, and the early game, at least the early game vision control here, does go slightly in favor. There's also no spot. That's the blue ward on the blue buff. Phoenix Rising have also spotted out this start.
Yeah, very good vision from them. We knew this was a factor for Plague. They've got one of the best vision scores in the league, so surprising to see that we're going to have the Phoenix able to get that early bit of intel, but perhaps the respect that Plague have earned through their 2 very strong victories so far has been enough to put the fear into Phoenix that they need to know what's happening early.
However, the issue is because they've placed what is 4 wards and only have 1 sweeper in their jungler, it means they have no more wards available for the next minute and a half, which means that in about the 3.5 minute mark, when Lee Sin is going to be looking for that level 3 gank, they're not going to have any vision set up for that. So it's going to be really seeing if Julio can capitalize in that window.
Yeah, it's going to be some prediction abilities from Phoenix here to be able to tell where Lordio is going to be coming and going from, as we do see Daddy J already making a roam down into Crazy's jungle. You see the Gragas is very low already. That jungle clear is not favoring, I think, has got the smite, so it isn't going to be as vulnerable quite as they looked as. Deathlord coming in from the side as we got the roam up as well from Ren'Gandhi. This Singe may end up regretting those decisions, but it doesn't look like we're going to get anything decisive. All 3 members from both teams coming together for just a moment, then falling back.
Oh, yeah, so only Sin, I think they might end up seeing each other, but nothing comes of it at the double lands.
Yeah, with Lordio. Wow, this is real aggressive from early play from Plague. So Daddy and Lordio both getting into Phoenix's faces before the match can really even get started.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to shut down this Gragas, take some early game control, get that sting away from Phoenix Rising. However, unfortunately, I haven't really been able to secure much bar a nice ward on the blue from the front that now disappeared. And Daddy J.
There's a fight happening in the mid lane as well. We're not wasting any time. Ren'Gandhi burns through the flash. It's going to struggle to get past that wall. Does go for the dash through. Crazy's trying to trade across, but doesn't have the damage on the Gragas pick. First blood falls across the Plague. Not the recipe for Phoenix Rising success.
Yeah, and as I talked about, this 2v2 in the mid lane is crucial for Gragas Yasuo. The fact that they've already been killing it is absolutely massive. And as we've already talked about Phoenix Rising, every single game they've won this split thus far, they've had first blood, first turret, first dragon. They now do not have first blood. It's already a worry.
They definitely need to try and find their way back into the game early on. We're seeing some lovely bubbles coming out from Bong there, but the stun lands onto Brand and the ignite as well. Bongo will soak up and flash away, but again, Crazy comes in, not able to make too much of a difference, and that's another lane where Plague is starting to take control.
Yeah, you're already seeing it. Every single flash on Phoenix Rising is now burned for themselves, which means that every single lane is very, very vulnerable. And Lordio, with his first blood, will be very happy to hear that, because as soon as he resets with his 1.2k gold already in his inventory, that Iron Spike will be massive for him, and it will mean that he will be able to create so much pressure across this map.
We already see Plague, they're starting to make the move around. They've got some very good vision of their own, reversed from Phoenix Rising's early on. As we have got, oh man, that was close. Last recalling, almost got pincered between Ren and Crazy.
Yeah, but lucky enough, he's able to just get out of there with the back in time. So I don't know if it's well played or lucky. It's one of the two there. Is that having to deal with the Singe is proving to be a little bit of an annoyance for him.
Yeah, we had some high hopes for Deathlord up in this top lane for making the fight happen and managing to put Daddy J down. So far, though, despite what have looked like some very aggressive plays, it's only resulted in Daddy J having their teleport burnt out and no actual kill.
Yeah, exactly. And you're seeing now the power of this Ornn in the mid lane as well. He's been able to create so much priority that he's just able to walk down, get wards for free. If another play goes the way of Plague, if they're able to secure a kill in the mid lane or the bot lane or burn some more flashes, which not really possible right now, but if they're able to do that, that Infernal Drake is free real estate, and that takes away the second of three win cons, really, for Phoenix Rising this early game, and that will be absolutely massive for them. But I'm interested to see how the pathing kind of goes now with Lee Sin. As he talks about, already hovering around his dragon.
Yeah, coming down towards the bottom. Nice bubble. TP comes into the back. Could this be the turnaround play that the Phoenixes were looking for? Regani does jump forward. There is going to be Lordio locked into place, but if perhaps just a second across the wall. But that's a big TP committed. And of course, Daddy J having the TP burnt before couldn't match.
Yeah, but the good news there is that both teleports burnt from the solo laners of Phoenix Rising, but nothing comes from it, absolutely nothing, and that means that Daddy J, this top lane is free real estate for him. He'll be able to get more farm, more control, and really, it's completely free because his top lane left just bogged off for nothing.
Bong could be in trouble here as well, gets blown to pieces right where the rest of the Phoenix squad were standing nearby. Kui takes down Brant as well as Crazy gives up their life in search for another kill. Ran in from the back of the fight, may have made a major mistake here. Could this be yet another kill? Disaster after disaster, over aggression, but Phoenix Rising costs them everything.
And the Lordio on this Lee Sin is everywhere on this map. 100% kill participation has been driving this early game forward, and now first dragon goes over to Plague. This early game is looking fantastic for them, and now it's time for them to start seizing control over some towers. And you want to know where that starts? That starts with a Rift Herald.
It will be absolutely excellent for them right now to press this early advantage more than 3,000 ahead. As Deathlord finally looks like they're about to get their wish. The solo kill happens, but is it too little too late? That's the first kill of the game for Phoenix Rising, and it looks like it may not be good news for long, as the top lane is about to change composition.
Yes, it is. He gets the solo kill, but on a some results of Plague saying, nah, we're lane swapping. You want control over this Rift Herald? See you, Deathlord. You're getting out of this lane.
Instantly, Last is up there, and I think you're right. From the gold shared across the squad right now, it's most on Lordio, but Last is starting to pick up double pickaxe and inventory. And one of the changes, of course, to the stopwatch in the latest patch. Ostensibly, it comes in later, but each time you get a kill, it's reduced down by 2 minutes. That's why we're seeing so many live stopwatches already for Plague.
Yeah, that is massive for them, and now they're going to be able to start making moves around this Rift Tower. They're going to be confident going for this fight as well, because they know they have the lead right now. They know their competition is looking good. So we'll see how that, if a fight even breaks out here, but I'm imagining they will win.
There goes Daddy J. Oh, wow, does lose the 1 versus 2. Got a little bit over aggressive there, and that's kill number 2. Another piece of good news for Phoenix Rising, but it won't last for long. We've got the Rift Herald currently on last. As into the mid comes another big play, the knock away flash. Ooh, means the follow-up isn't quite there, but the Herald is just itching to get deployed. We are not even 10 minutes in, and already Plague are smashing into these towers.
They really are. They are not giving Phoenix Rising any room to breathe, which is fantastic to see. Because really, the only place that Phoenix Rising have been able to respond is now bottom lane. But keep in mind, there's not going to be a dragon up for the next few minutes. So, despite the fact they have bot lane control, they can't do anything with it but get a plating or two. So, it's fantastic play from Plague to recognize where they need to be strong on the map, move members towards that area, and then punish accordingly. Well played to them.
Yeah, they really have taken advantage of the over-aggression from Phoenix Rising. That double TP play seemed almost guaranteed to succeed. There was such a strong setup from the beginning of the game, but now the Herald is deployed right into the mid lane. This is gonna hurt real bad as Rangandi can only stand here and watch as the Herald comes in. That's now 7 plates taken away from the Phoenix Rising squad. Brand is starting to pick up a little bit of power, but there's nothing surely that can be done about the mid lane aggression.
Yeah, there really isn't, and the longer this game goes on, the worse it gets. That's the worst news I can give them, because this Kai'Sa already, with this reset, is going to be able to grab so much. Already has a Mura mana available for her. So, really, well, Mana Mune. But, due to keep scaling and scaling and scaling, with 3 different tanks around there and at least Sin, it's going to be so hard for Phoenix Rising to get back into this game. It's possible if they're able to win skirmishes around the mid game, but it's not going to be easy. It's really not.
You can see on the mind of Phoenix Rising is that second Drake of the game. It's going to be the Cloud coming in as Brandt moves towards the mid. With so much early aggression from Plague, it's early to miss here as well. There are still tower plates available for the taking, but Bongo Ben needs to be careful here. We've seen how aggressive Plague can be given the smallest of opportunities.
Yeah, exactly, and here they go. There's an opportunity.
Yeah, Brandt will get supported by the bomber. Nice turn away as well. Brandt flashing away. Here comes the Forge God. In from the side comes the Gragas, but it's a little too late. The Na'Vi blown to pieces as well. And just as before, Phoenix Rising, they arrive just out of time with one another, and they get picked to pieces.
It is destruction there from Plague. Practically a 2v3, and they go ahead and they win it with ease. The Sin pick has been stellar for the audio. I can keep saying it again and again and again. And just look at the amount of control they have right now. We are 12 minutes into the game, and they can walk up to the enemy red buff and further. Because they can. Look, Phoenix Rising can't do anything about that.
It's honestly, I'm trying to figure out how much of this is down to Phoenix Rising, being outplayed in the moments of seeming potential triumph, and how much is just how well Plague are able to find every single weak spot and apply pressure. You can see as this Drake is taken down, and we will be headed to a mountainous rift, that the vision for Plague to support that dragon take was almost complete.
Yeah, exactly, and if Plague keep playing this well, it's going to be hard to see a world where they can lose any game, because their vision score is just, well, their vision game is very, very clean. Their skirmish play is really, really clean. It just feels like there's no real way to attack this team, because every single area seems to be solid. But what I still think is a massive weakness that we're seeing here is the top lane. DiDJ struggling on this Singed. Deathford, on the other hand, 10 CS up, has the kill. Is the bit of hope, really, for the side of Phoenix Rising, but the issue is that hope is probably always going to end up on the weak side of the map, as top laners usually do, and that means that when there's a 4v4, it's going to be massively in Plague's favor.
Yeah, you're right, the Deathlord seems to be the only bright spot right now. They seem to be building towards a Triforce for maximum damage as well, but as they come up to 1v1 with Trelulu this time round, have to wonder, how effective they're going to be at getting any kind of major league going.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be tough for them, especially against Ornn, which, whilst I'm trying to talk about any Orners in chat, he has got kind of indirect buffs. Oh, I don't get to talk.
No, it's going to be another big play, but it's over as soon as it starts. The excellence of execution from Plague. They don't waste even a moment. And this bottom lane, it's seeming like a repeat of last week for Phoenix Rising. When things go bad for them, they go really bad.
Yeah, and also one thing to note is that what we do see in a lot of Plague victories is this very clean, snowball kind of style. They're almost like a Plague in the fact that they start off small, they'll get one little advantage, and then it will just spread across the map, and eventually they'll have no control from the enemy team left.
You see Deathlord, that 1v1 going forward against Trululu wasn't even remotely close. And you look at the numbers, Deathlord has got more CS than Trululu. I mean, doesn't have the assists, but item-wise is not completely out of this world. Trululu won that 1v1 fight easily.
Yes, welcome to Ornn. Incredibly high base damage, plus the Sunfire Cape buffs, plus an extra stabbies, just because we feel like it. And yeah, that Ornn is unstoppable right now. He doesn't like it compared to the rest of his team, but yes, Ornn is disgusting right now. Like, genuinely is a very broken champion at about 57% win rate. It is horrid, and I expect to see a lot of teams exploit it.
I really like to see that one banned out in game number 2, but Lordio, you're right, has just been absolutely terrifying. As much as I need to find a new word to describe Plague and their players. The Herald comes down right into this tier 2 tower. I think this is going to be one hell of a short game 1.
Yeah, it is looking like it. It's looking clinical from the side of Plague, and they are not letting up 1 ounce of pressure as there is an attempted engage, but yeah, they're not letting them have that. They're just going to keep the Singe pushing.
It feels like it's so hard for a fight to be forced out here, as we can see Daddy J just throws down the goop. Quee's got the shield as well. I mean, I'd love to see that big Yasuo combo play that has been promised to us since Champ Select, but it just hasn't happened.
No, it's like Plague and No when they're in range of the combo and they're just like, no, we're getting out now. It's a great amount of respect, and they seem to be able to split up that duo very well. Which is on one hand a good thing for Plague, but on the other hand, why are Phoenix Rising keeping a Gragas down in bot lane and pairing the Aphelios and the Yasuo up together? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. You want the Yasuo and the Gragas to be paired up bot lane duo now. That's kind of what we're expecting because that combo was so huge. But we haven't seen those two together in a fight actually execute the combo whatsoever, and they need to if they want a chance to win this game.
We can see that it's just about 30 seconds till the next Drake coming up, our first mountain of the game, as we have got some big items coming in. Both AD carries picking up the completed items. Essence Reaver for Brant, but the Guinsoo's alongside that Muramana for last. It's 2 items to 1. It's a Plague team, I think you could arguably say, are pretty much twice as strong as Phoenix Rising are right now. But Phoenix, they look like they're actually going to try and contest this Drake.
Actual fight, can they make it happen? That's the question. There is a blasting cone that they can use here. However, it's looking like all 5 members of Plague are going to be here. Only 4 members of Phoenix Rising. I'm doing the maths there. It does not seem good.
This will be a big play if it happens. Will we have... It's a steal on the Drake. A nice way to start. Rengandi, though. Can you get out of there? You're going into the mouth of hell. Crazy gets blown to pieces. Was it worth it? The strongest member, Deathlord, gets smashed into pulp. And there's the ace for a stolen Mountain Drake. Phoenix Rising, their victory eclipsed instantly.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising, they got a nice steal, but like I say, they did not have the numbers advantage in that fight. You saw it. And it's just they've just been destroyed. Absolutely wiped. as I would like to notify our streamer, we can hear you, Trav.
Hopefully that's not coming through on the stream itself. But anyway, so we're up 11,000 gold pre-20 minutes. This has got to be so disheartening for Phoenix Rising. We've gone from, there's still a team who are trying to make plays, but I don't even know where they go from here. If they, if the result on play is they get the objective but they lose the whole team, then surely they can't keep on this same trajectory.
Yeah, that's definitely a not worth move there, certainly. And now with the Baron coming up shortly, that's the objective you really want to be able to contest, and that would maybe arguably be worth, but it's just going to be so tough for them to take that fight, because we've just seen that they can't win these fights. And if they just set up 5 members around there, what can they do? Like, if Phoenix Rising is just going to lose, as long as Plague play it cleanly, it's just hoping and praying to the Lord that Plague make a mistake somewhere.
It does feel like with all the beef on the team, that the only person who's going to really suffer if they do get caught is Last, but it doesn't seem like that's getting anywhere close to happening right now, as there's almost a catch there in front of that Baron, and you're right. Plague are threatening the Baron right now if they can get anywhere near it. Rengar will get chased onto. This could be the opportunity. There's the knockouts coming through. There's no last breath, though. It's full flight mode, as again, Nocturne Lordio still gets the kill, and despite what could have been the perfect fight, Phoenix Rising are getting egg on their face. Last kill number 5 has not even died a single time. 3 members of Plague have yet to take a single death.
And there we go. The Baron is about to be took. There's a Singed from the bot lane they've got to deal with as well. And Plague, with that fight, have asserted their dominance in this game. If they haven't already, it's going to be, I would say, arguably impossible for Phoenix Rising to claw this game back now. It will take nothing short of a Christmas miracle in February in order for that to happen. And I'm going to be honest, that's pretty unlikely.
Alright, so we're 22 minutes in now with over 41,000 gold in the bank for the Plague squad. They've got the Baron buff, they've got multiple items, 2 completed items pretty much across the board for their squad. Whereas for Phoenix Rising, they are absolutely anemic. This is a complete shadow of the previous game. We've got multiple members with no kills at all and multiple deaths.
Yeah, well, there you are. And really, you look at, there's just no real way for Phoenix Rising to get back into this game. It is complete dominance in Plague. The good news for them is that this is not the only game in the series. There are multiple games, and I'm interested to see how they're going to adapt. Because I'm going to be honest, there are 2 picks right now that I'm looking at. This Lee Sin, no, get it away. And this Ornn as well. I mean, I know you haven't really seen it in full effect, but it is absolutely massive. So either take that away via pick, or ban it away, because it cannot stay.
I think you're right. I mean, even looking at the numbers there, 1, 0, and 8, it doesn't seem to compare to the rest, but the presence felt across the field has been enormous. Daddy J and Deathlord, it seemed like Deathlord, the major hope for the 1v1. Maybe we'll turn it around, though, if we try and switch the numbers. Daddy J gets the 1v2 kill, and with the ult hitting through, they are level 14. They are destroying. They've got themselves more than enough damage there. Just going to style all over the Phoenix squad as right into the base. Bongo Ben gets ripped asunder. Crazy, the last one standing. I think just shell-shocked amidst the ruins of game number 1 as the ace is complete for the 2nd time this game. Plague, I mean, words don't even fill it in. They have just reduced everything here to shattered pieces of dirt.
They've killed Phoenix Rising. That's actually, they've killed the team. They just slaughtered them in front of our eyes. It's a horror. It's a horrible team. But yeah, they've done a fantastic job here Like, they just need to close it out, which I imagine they'll do with ease. These guys have Baron buff. They're 3 inhibs now going down. It's just looking nigh on impossible. We'll see what they're able to do. As, oh, not back. Oh, don't back. Oh, where's the fun in that?
Well, when you've got 3 inhibitors down and you are on the way to your 3rd Drake of the game, we can actually surrender votes coming in for Phoenix Rising. I'm kind of surprised they're not wanting to take them at this point and just get on to game number 2. Because, I mean, this is just... It felt like the game has been trending in a appalling direction if you're a fan of Phoenix Rising for a lot of the game. And I think just another chance at changing that early game would be what Phoenix Rising are hoping for.
Yeah, because really that was where this game was lost. The minute the 2v2 got lost, the bot the 2v2 was lost, and because of that, they lost all control of the game, because as soon as play get that advantage, they do not let go. They keep a vice grip on whatever gold they can get, and they don't let you have any of that.
So looking through, of course, with you mentioned right back at the start how Last was going to be a late game powerhouse for the squad. We've of course got those completed Ornn items coming in. The Obsidian Cleaver for Lordio, and of course the Infernal Mars for Tronlu. And Xemria's Paradox for Lace. A long way of saying that the stats on the side of Plague are even more ridiculous than they look right now. And I'm starting to think that maybe the strategy of Phoenix Rising, bringing that Yasuo out so early on in the draft, maybe just gave Plague too much notice of the team comp they needed to render that strategy more or less useless.
At the same time, though, if they grab a Gragas and not a Yasuo, then that Yasuo probably gets took away in ban phase 2. So they have to really weigh up. Do you want to get this composition but let it be exposed, or do you want to run the risk of it being took away? Which I imagine now that it will get took away.
Super minions in the base, and there's the knock through. Brand immediately taken down his last, grabs the kill. Into the back goes Ren, not by wish, as Plague just, it's a formality at this point. Last just padding up that KDA of #1 KDA player, as, yeah, I think Phoenix Rising, they are out of here. They're on to game 2. I think they've been mentally gone from this game for a while, because this has not even been remotely close for nearly the entire thing. Game 1 to play, game 2 still to play.
Yeah, and Plague right there just look so dominant, even more dominant than they performed in their last 3 games. They just seem to be improving and improving. All you gotta do is look at the KDAs, really. I mean, only 2 deaths on a Singed, which is excusable, really. And then you look at people like Lordio, 9-0-13 at last, 10-0-8. It's just so disgusting, and oh man, you really hate to see it, but they did play really well, and all you got hope for now, Phoenix Rising, fix that early game. Don't let Plague have this control, because if they do, they have just displayed to us they will close out very easily.
But guys, unfortunately the hopes for Deathlord turned into nothing. Phoenix Rising, one more chance to turn this series around when we return. Plague, Phoenix Rising one more time. Will Plague's dominance of Group D continue, or will we see a different Phoenix Rising in game number 2? Find out in a few short minutes' time. We'll see you there.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking. I got so distracted. I was just sat there, wasn't expected to hear you.
Yeah, I was really confused. I was like, I heard you talking about some stuff like the server going offline or something. I was like, it sounded like you were talking to us. So I was trying to make out what you were saying.
Mm. Oh yeah, you are. Oh, that's
think we have some form of control still, making our constant binary choices and voicing our equally shallow opinions more loudly or quietly. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion.
Moving slowly, take your time getting over. Breathe now, deeply. You said I came out of nowhere. I know you're still stuck in place doing nothing. And I know you still, I know you still want me.
The fire makes the city lose at night. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay while we leave. Stay with me.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in there. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup, that's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. disappear like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me. Oh I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, oh I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it. Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on, bullets rattling and whistle at your toque, never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my lip, it's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. It's a war zone. Yeah, feel the impact. Yeah, break it open, leaving nothing fucking intact. Hey yo, you been hacked. You're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back. You been stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked. I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. war zone, homie. Say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I'll be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap. Homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud where the vision saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone. Trenched out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing. Thank the Lord, oh, how I'm living. See me riding with my top down. Oh, cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps, my city, she never weeps, my city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, 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 give it up.
You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
All's been said and done. I feel your presence in the room. All the tables spun. I feel the emptiness of you. Well, at least I feel
till death we part, and you died inside my arms. I'm holding on to you. We prayed to the metal, probably made this hard. Now it's a broken piece of art. I'm hanging on to you. 'Cause I can see your ghost, and I can't let you go. 'Cause I can see your ghost, and I need to let you go. I'll miss you the most. Still embedded inside your walls. How will I ever rebuild it all? I'm carrying on without you. You can stay in my darkest sleep, seeing you there, kinda close to me, pretending you're there. The silhouette I see through you. 'Cause I can see your ghost, and I can't let you go. 'Cause I can see your ghost, and I need to let you go. I'll miss you the most. Slithering, I'm creeping. Oh, your love, I need it. Whispering your ears, full of all my secrets. Wanna wrap myself around you, so you know I'm in control. Cut all your circulation, if you try to let me go. Gonna climb up on your body, get a hand up on your soul. Baby, just watch the show. Baby, just watch the show. Oh, watch me. Oh, change into the night. Oh, watch me. Oh, chase you from the light. Watch me change into the night.